Dropshipping is now facing a serious threat to its existence, thanks to a single decision by the US government.
There's a new US government regulation that is going to add a massive tax to every single dropshipping sale which is going to come from China into the US. Now, this is actually something which is pretty worrying because this might have actually killed dropshipping this time. Now, as you can see here, I'm currently running my dropshipping stores and made like 400K in the last 30 days. And if this income stream would go to zero, this would be a pretty significant cut in money for me. And a few days ago, when I saw that this regulation has actually been passed already by the US government, I got kind of worried and went deep down the rabbit hole of understanding what actually happened, how the future of dropshipping might look like, and also what my personal plan is moving forward from here. First, let me explain to you what the specific change is, which is going to be happening after this is going to start. So how dropshipping currently is working is like this. You basically have a customer right here and they want to buy from your store. Okay, so they take their hard-earned money and buy from your store, and then you take some of the money they sent you, give that to your supplier, and the supplier sends the product to the US to the customer. Very simple, straightforward. Now, obviously here, it's not really only AliExpress. Everybody usually uses private suppliers on scale, but it's still products from China which are sent to the US. There's no paperwork, no import fees, no issues whatsoever with this part. Like, you can just take a product, send it to the US, and that's it. So what's going to happen is this part is going to change. There's actually going to be an import tax of 5 to 25%. That's pretty significant. So again, the whole process is this. You basically have the customer buy from your store, and then you send the money to the supplier, but that money is not enough now. So this money right here is already gonna go to the government. And then you have to take another dollar and send it for the product to come, and then the product is gonna arrive. Now, if this happens, your margin was instantly cut down significantly. So the first question I assume you have is, when is this actually gonna start? And is this 100% gonna start? Well, the answer is in 18 months. And no, it's not 100% sure. Let me show you one clip I found which is really relevant right now for this topic.
Dropshipping won't last.
Dropshipping is dead.
The video I just showed you sounds very scary, however, it was posted 6 years ago. So this whole thing was been a debate for years and years and years. And everybody was saying how dropshipping is gonna die in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Every single year, there was this whole talk about dropshipping is about to die. In reality, nothing ever happened. Now this time it might be a little more serious just because the bill actually was passed already. However, 18 months in between the bill being passed and the whole thing actually starting is a massive time gap, and there's a lot of things which can happen. I would be not surprised at all if this is just going to end up not happening ever. Now, let me talk about the very obvious solutions and the more complicated ones. Now, the most obvious solution is you just have a US supplier, and that's it. That's obviously a very easy, quick fix. The products usually cost more if they were produced in the US or are already in the US. So that means that the product cost is going to go up a little bit, but not that significantly. And this is something we've been doing for years. We have US suppliers which are sending the products within like a few days, and that just makes the customer experience much better. But that's not the only thing I want to touch on. Keep in mind two things. Number one, if China is not going to be able to import anything to the US, this is instantly going to open a massive gap in the market, and there's going to be some other country which is probably going to fill in. Taiwan or some other country is going to start mass producing cheap products and sending them to the US. From what I understood, this whole regulation is only for China and not for the entire world. Because as you probably know, China and the US are not best friends. So that's that. And on top of this, the US is not the only market to sell dropshipping products to. In fact, from all the sales we and our students generated, which is at this point around $100 million, only 40% was from the US. Ridiculous amounts of money were made in smaller markets like the UK, Germany, Canada, Australia. This is something you obviously understand. Every single country has millions and millions of people who are ready to buy. Not only people from the US buy stuff. Physical products are sold in the whole world, and every small niche has a massive market. Even though a smaller country like Germany, there's still billions of dollars worth of products being sold in Germany. The second part to this is, how do you do dropshipping? There's a bunch of different ways on how you can run a dropshipping store. You can do paid ads, you can do organic, you can do a bunch of different things. When it comes to paid ads, usually what your profit margins are going to be is anywhere between 5 and 30%. Paid ads at this point are pretty expensive. That's something which might actually die out if this whole regulation is going to happen. If you have a product that you sell from China into the US with paid ads dropshipping, and you don't have a US supplier, you don't have a supplier anywhere else, then for your specific case, dropshipping might die. Again, there's tons of solutions. For example, instead of running paid ads, you just do organic. And with organic, you have profit margins of up to 70%. Now here, if this whole thing is going to happen, you're still going to end up with a profit margin of 45-50%, which is more than enough to run a very profitable dropshipping business. And I think this is the main thing I want to say here. If you're thinking about doing dropshipping and something like these news are going to just stop you from doing this, you're thinking in the wrong way, because dropshipping is not a sinking boat, not at all. Keep in mind, this whole bill is only going to start in 18 months. There's more than enough time to prepare for that situation. If this whole thing actually goes through, it's only going to happen in 18 months. And that means that you have more than enough time to prepare. Keep in mind, if you already have an established e-com brand, this is not really going to affect you because you have the right connections to the right suppliers, everything is already US based, everything is done already properly, and nothing's going to change. However, if this whole bill is going to get passed and then you only start, that could actually be a massive issue because the barrier to entry is just going to be higher. And that's good. I am happy about all of this because I know less competition for me. And this is how you should be thinking about it. Next 18 months, you need to go hard to make this work and then be set up and don't worry about it. But you do need to take this opportunity to make it work as soon as possible. And as I said, for the last years, people were saying how dropshipping is going to die this year. Nothing ever really happened. I know this for a fact, not because I think that, but because I made 400K this month from only one product, and I have a bunch of stores, and I'm also not the only person doing dropshipping. We've literally taught hundreds and hundreds of people get to their first 10, 20K profit per month with the dropshipping business model, and I obviously understand that this whole thing works. And the advantage we have here is just a massive overview over every single product that's tested. Dropshipping in 2024 and 2025 is not going to be the same as in 2018. And that's why it's really important to learn from people who are consistently adapting. I don't only learn from my stores, which I'm actively running right now, I also learn from all the students combined. I see every tweak everybody's changing in the entire industry, and we have an overview which is almost impossible to get as an individual person because we literally see hundreds and hundreds of products being tested, working, not working. We're almost like above the matrix. We see the entire overview. And this is the biggest advantage people have in our program because we just tell you what to do. Like you show us a product, we tell you, hey, test this. This is not good, this is good. You show us a video which you try to go viral with, and we're like, no, change this about the video. This is bad, this is good, this is what you need to do. So we show you exactly how to find a product, how to make a perfect store, how to go viral on Instagram and TikTok, then how to scale with paid ads, and then build a proper brand. So currently we still have available spots for a mentorship program. If you're interested, you can click the link below, sign up for a call. We're going to see if everything is a good fit. If yes, we're going to start. If no, then not. I will see you soon.